To sum up this video very quickly is that Jagex seems to have fucked up a little bit with their false banning system again, their player support. Okay. As you guys may be aware, we have a valuable member of the community here that goes by the name of Shangers, Gim Shanghai, HS Sharla, you name it. He's the notorious banned for botting, false banned, straight out of Jerusalem, you name it, he's got it. Luckiest player in the game, muted for calling people stale baguettes, but it's a capital F. You know, your standard RuneScape player. And he had a run-in with a J-mod. And I think this is concerning. He tried the live chat out, and what he's talking to mod Mitsuri, and the conversation ended up going in the direction of them basically leading him to the community safety team, which is basically if you want to talk to a J-mod about your false bans, and it's not getting anywhere with your appeals, and you want to use a live chat, coerce them into getting you to speak to the community safety team, and they'll respond to everything by email. And Shang has received an email. Now, for a bit of backstory, he's been banned on 2 separate accounts. One got turned into a Corrupted Gauntlet bot, which was proven to be a false ban because it wasn't him. Jagex proved it was a false ban. They gave it back to him. And another one of his accounts, like I said earlier, was muted for abusing people in the clan chat. Probably Easter, and he deserved it. So then his third account got banned for being for botting again. And here's a screenshot that he sent to Jagex. It was turned into a Discord advertising bot, Gim Shanghai. Jagex banned him and denied his appeal twice immediately. Now, Shangers wasn't doing this, to the best of my knowledge. I have no reason why Shangers would be advertising this Discord bot to begin with. Alright? This is a Group Ironman account with a shit ton of gear. And it's advertising rune something with blood torva carries and shit. Come on. It's a fucking gimmick. He doesn't do that shit. He can't even do the fucking Inferno himself. Why would he be advertising this? Okay? Now, instead of Jagex taking responsibility, this is the email they got. Now, I think this is bullshit, so I want to read this to you, and I want to let you know what I think. All right? I want to see what you think as well, okay? So, Shangers has emailed them, and he said, "Dear Mod Jelly," this was today. The account's named Gim Mr. Gaz, and I have spoken to yourself about this a few times now. I'm just wanting acknowledgement that the information I have provided is being looked at. Because he's not convinced that they're getting looked at properly. And then they reply, say, "Hi Shane, we have no way of verifying the information you have provided, and we know you have a number of other accounts that are muted or banned." Now, to the best of my knowledge, this is the only banned account at the time, is that correct? Gim Mr. Gav was the only banned account, and there was another account, or an account muted too. So there weren't other accounts banned. There was a ban that was a false ban that was lifted and quashed. As a one-off gesture of goodwill, that's correct, thank you. As a one-off gesture of goodwill, we have removed the ban on Gim Mr. Gaz, but we will of course reapply the ban should it be involved in any incident of further rule breaking. A one-off gesture of goodwill. Basically, what that's saying is it was a false ban, and we don't want to take responsibility for that shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a gesture of goodwill from a J-mod to just lift a ban? Seriously? Does anyone feel that that's valid? I feel like that's just them not wanting to admit that, hey, we pushed your appeal back twice. This was a year and 3 months of you trying to get this account unbanned. This is someone finally looking at Shangers' account. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm willing to put money on that. I'm willing to bet that what this means is, oh shit, it was a false ban. Here's a one-off gesture of goodwill, and if you do it again, we're going to ban you. Alright, cunt. No, you guys fucked up. And let me get the numbers right. It was a year and 3 months, I believe you said, yeah? A year and 3 months trying to get the account unbanned. Denied twice, emailed back and forth. Jagex actually emailed Shanks once and said, "Stop fucking talking to us." They told him to fuck off. They never looked at his account properly. He was never properly... he was never properly checked. They never correctly checked his account. But they're doing a one-off gesture of goodwill. Shanks is the only person who's ever had these problems. Well, That I know, personally, sure. But why would they give him a one-off gesture of goodwill? Why does Shangers get that? Why does no one else get that? Why is Shangers getting special treatment? I'm in the same boat, not just the poor part. Did the whole cape on mobile. And to add to it, I did it overtime while pooping at work, and you got banned? Looks like nearly 2 years, even worse then. You have 37 support tickets. So if that's the case, then that means you can just harass them with 37 support tickets and they'll end up just giving it to you then, right? Does it harassing them? They're not going to do it just because he's harassing them, fat boy. No, because they told him to fuck off. He's just trying out the new live chat system. This is a different J-mod looking now. That's what this is. He's made new accounts. What you're looking at, fat boy, you're missing the point here. What's happened here is SteveW, mod SteveW, is the only mod so far that's looked at Shanger's account properly when it comes to appealing his ban. That's what's happened here. Right? Sounds like it's a false ban and they don't want to admit their detection software is indeed flawed. I'm willing to bet money on that. That's what I'm thinking. I think mod SteveW is the only mod that's unironically looked at your account, because what's happening here is people are appealing and Jagex is just saying no, they're not properly looking. Even though they say there's a human looking, they're not. They're doing the no swipe, because out of 10,000, 9,990 of them are correct. So they're just saying no to everyone. So it's a system that's never going to be perfected, right? The outcome of this is this big ups. The process of this was awful. Yeah, the fact that this happened is insane. It should not be happening. And I think it proves that Jagex has holes in their system, and that a lot of people that are, well, not a lot of people, should I say, people are being false banned, genuinely. I think what you need to do is you need to use the live support system. You need to find your way to the community safety team, have them email you, and even just put in there, say I want mod SteveW to look at my fucking appeal. Because, just tell them, straight up. Just type it in the live chat to another mod, not to a bot. Type it to another mod or email it and just say, I want mod SteveW to check my account, because I've heard that he's the only mod that actually checks accounts properly. Throw all the workload at SteveW, because Jagex will then go, what the fuck? Why all of a sudden is Steve Dubs the man to check? You reckon Steve actually checked it, or just couldn't be fucked looking at it properly and just unbanned it? I reckon he checked it properly. He 100% checked it properly. He would have just said, no, it's banned. Otherwise, he would not have unbanned it unless he knew it was false. Why would they tell him he has multiple accounts muted or banned for? He doesn't have multiple accounts banned. He only has one account muted. But he's had bans and mutes in the past. Temp mutes, and he had that false ban that was reversed. This is, Fatboy, this is just trying to make it look like, what this message here is Jagex's way of saying, Shangers, you broke the rules, but we're going to let you off with a third appeal. They're deflecting responsibility. Because if in any way they take responsibility, it proves that their system's fucked, right? Why would they say, oh yeah, no, we made a mistake after this many appeals and this many tickets? They wouldn't. I'll start setting all my accounts to bot on a remote desktop, and then when they get banned, I'll complain it was hacked. They can see that shit, I'm pretty sure. It's like I have said before, and like Baron said, it's not false bans that are the problem. It's the process to getting that false ban lifted. That's the issue. What percent of bans being false do you think is a fair rate though? I don't think many bans are false bans, but you only hear about the false bans. You won't hear about the legitimate bans, because the people legitimately being banned are just whatever. But they're also banning bots. Bots aren't going to go out there and say I've been false banned. But they're saying, we know in the past that Jagex has said we barely false banned anyone. We only had 54 false bans, and then a week later, Foe got false banned. Right? They had that situation where Krebus got false banned on 2 different accounts as well. Like, that was like a month ago, right? It definitely happens. We know, we've seen it happen. We know it happens. It's the problem is the process about getting these unbanned. The second appeal system is just being handballed off to swiping left or right again. For anyone that doubts me, I provided phone records, IP logs, bank statements, letter from the bank, letters from my phone provider, and if you doubted me, honestly, suck my whole asshole. Jagex doubted you until SteveW came along. I think what this further proves, again, this is like the 5th time we've seen this happen from different people. They're not taking the second appeals seriously. And I also don't think it's fair that Jagex mutes you for in-game language when there is a profanity filter that is enabled by default. Players turn it off. And then there is a profanity filter you can't disable, which mutes words, and you still get banned for those words that get muted, or muted for those words that get auto-muted anyway, so no one can ever read them. But that's just me pushing my own agenda there, of course. This is just, yeah, this proves to me that if you harass them through the live chat system, get to ask for mod SteveW, he will check your account. He's the only reliable mod we've seen in this system so far. We can't say there's no corruption in the anti-cheat team, or no, I don't know if corruption is the right word, no lack of professional or capability in the anti-cheat team, because we had mod Trident in the past. Utilize live chat is my honest opinion. Yeah, live chat works great. But don't go at them saying, I've got issues, I want my appeal. I don't know how, I would say get to the community safety team. However, it sounds like Shane's maybe threatened to kill himself. I don't know. Ask if your evidence has been looked at. Mute should only come from harassment or legit threats in game. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Something I've never done, personally. I haven't looked at the blog update. No, is there a blog update? We can do that as well. But this doesn't look good for Jagex. I think it needs to be addressed and brought to attention. So, like I said, if you're looking for help, ask for mod SteveW personally, and also mention that he's helped people and done it legitimately in the past. He seems to be the only reliable fucking mod. And if they've got a problem with it, you send them my way. Tell them King Condor told you, because then they can see the video and realize what the issue is. So it's a snowball effect that we're going to grab there, hopefully. Nice work, Shangers. Almost 2 years, finally got your account unbanned. Congratulations. I know someone who was botting for Sani on an iron with Scythe and Tebow. He got unbanned when the second appeals were released. See, they're not even doing it properly, you know? Legitimately botting and getting unbanned is nuts. Go back to the live chat to ask for Steve and get that mute taken care of? Nah, I've already been told to fuck off with my mute. I got an email saying, we looked at your chat history, you're not getting unmuted, go away. I'm not kidding. I won't show you because oh shit, I spilled Pepsi Max. I don't want to show you, I don't want to reveal any what's it called? Personal information, but I think I've got the email here. I should be able to show you. I'll read it to you, sorry. If I knew where the fuck my email was. Give me 2 seconds, sorry. When was it, like last week we looked at this? Jagex support. Oh, this was SteveW as well. So Steve told me to fuck off. Had a look at Chumboy account for you. You can see it's permanently muted. And he gave me 3 different reasons, 3 different dates that I was temp muted. He said there's 3 strikes you're out. And he said, each incident there's no indication of hijacking. I never said there was, so fair enough. They supply consistent, each evidence has, we have supplied is consistent with our approach to abusive language outlined in our rules, including hate and derogatory language. So, no, SteveW said, you're fucked. SteveW is a legitimate mod. Okay, we'll give him the dub there. He then sent me the transcript too of my conversation with Mod Ninea, which has my real name and address, so you won't be getting that info. Deserved is what the email says. Yes, the email says deserved. So I think SteveW does his job because, yeah, deserved. I think Jagex's system is stupid. I never said I haven't broken the rules. I just said their system is dumb as fuck. They need to revisit how it works. It's dumb, but I did break it, so fuck it. People said, sorry, I regret it, and got unbanned. Yeah. I mean, if that works, then fuck. It's not a good system. No, what Diddy said doesn't hold Shang's story at all. No. It just proves that there's inconsistencies. Should be given the pass when doing elements. You should. All hands off the table in PvP, I agree. Wasn't genuine hate, though. It wasn't, but it was enough. But, take from that what you will. Thank you. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.